So, how do you find your niche on YouTube? Maybe you are just starting out or you're wanting to rebrand so you can build your business and your YouTube channel. Well, my name is Heather Torres from Think Marketing, and I am so excited to share with you the 5 steps for figuring out what niche is right for you.
You got to just press record.
My name is Heather, and I am part of Think Media, where we help you build your influence with YouTube. We are a team of creators, and we are here to help you do that. And I'm most proud of the students who we've helped do this already, from 0 to over 100,000 subscribers. When it comes to picking your niche, this is probably one of the most important things to do when developing your YouTube channel. And I have a quote for you that I think is so important when you think about your niche. You don't want to be a wandering generality. You want to be a meaningful specific. And let me know in the comments, do you ever feel like picking your niche actually means you have to be an expert in something? Like, does the word expert come to mind when you think about actually having to narrow down into one thing to talk about online? I know for me, when I think back on my journey on YouTube, it definitely has been a process of having to maybe divorce the word expert when it comes to things like my homeschool channel and things like that. So if you're struggling right away with that idea of imposter syndrome or the idea of wanting to create content, but not necessarily being an expert at it, maybe you've got some receipts, you've got some results in something, but you haven't necessarily become a quote unquote expert in that space. Well, I want to let you know that you can actually choose your niche without being an expert. You can actually think about yourself more like a friend, a guide, a mentor, or a leader in that space. And I'm excited because in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 steps to help you discover your niche. And I'm also going to be bringing you examples from Video Ranking Academy members, Think Media community members, and my personal friends who are doing this and crushing it on YouTube. So let's start with step number 1. And step number 1 is to identify your interests and passions. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's like, follow your passion and everything will fall into place. Well, that's not necessarily true. One of my passions is hiking. And not that I couldn't necessarily make a whole business out of hiking, but it's not like the best passion that I would feel would be right for me and who I am. So I want to make sure you've got a journal out. You're ready to be taking notes during this video, because this is one of the things that really matters. Understanding what your interests and passions are is a lifelong process, but you want to think about this. What is something that I could actually talk about for the next 3 to 5 years? And that might seem like a really far stretch, like something that you have to really, take some time to think about. But the reason that you want to identify what your interests and passions are that you can talk about for the next 3 to 5 years is because if you know anything about Think Media and what we teach here, it's not that we want you to just have a successful YouTube channel. We want you to have a successful business. We want you to have freedom in your lifestyle and in your finances, and to be able to create something that will impact the world for good. And so when you think about what are your interests and passions, sometimes we think way too broad. And I want you to bring it down even smaller. So I just shared with you that one of my passions is hiking. Another passion of mine is tiny homes and RV life. Another passion of mine is homeschooling. I'm also really passionate about helping people with self-confidence and getting started on YouTube. And so when I think about all the different passions that I have, I need to really identify, what do I want to be known for right now? And I think that's key to think about. What do I want to be known for right now? Because what you're known for today doesn't mean it has to be what you're known for tomorrow. So when you think about your interests and passions, it makes me think of Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray is someone I really admire because I think her cooking it looks so beautiful. But when you think about Rachel Ray and the process that she went through to get to who she is today, she started with just creating videos about pasta, by creating videos about Italian style cooking, and not just Italian style cooking, but a specific type of Italian style cooking. And over the years, Rachel Ray has now developed into someone who owns physical products inside of major brand stores. She hosts her own TV show where she's interviewing people like Matthew McConaughey. She's grown from just a person who was known for Italian style cooking to someone who's actually built an entire brand empire. And so when you think about what are your interests and your passions, I want you to think about what am I interested in and passionate about right now that I could go deep on for the next 3 to 5 years. And one of the examples is actually myself. One of my channels that I have here on YouTube is the Homeschool House. This is a channel all about homeschooling, and it's one of my major passions and interests. I could talk homeschooling with you all day long. I've read every book on homeschooling. I watch all the videos on homeschooling. I've been involved in the community. I know the people who are in this community, and I am so incredibly passionate about homeschooling. Now, here's what's totally different about this channel. It's not just a quote unquote motherhood channel. I'm speaking to moms. I'm speaking to families. I'm speaking to that audience, but I'm even niched down into just talking about homeschool styles, reviews of curriculum, a day in the life videos. I'm able to really go deep into this one niche and be known for one thing first before branching out into all things motherhood. I think about Sean, who is the CEO of Think Media. Sean was geeking out on cameras a decade ago, and he's still talking about them today. Why? Because it's his interest and his passion. It makes me think of Plants of Lucia. She has an amazing channel all about plants. I mean, could you imagine being a plant mom and getting to have an entire channel about plants? Well, that's what Plants of Lucia has been able to create here on the platform of YouTube. So my question to you, let me know in the comments, what is your interest and passions? I'm sure you're like me and you're multi-passionate and you have all these different things that you want to talk about. But here on YouTube, you're talking to two sets of ears. One ear is the YouTube robots themselves. That means that you need to be speaking in a language that the robot understands, that the algorithm understands, where they can put you in front of the audience who wants what you have. And the second one is people. When you think about really breaking through, if I were to ask you, hey, I'm new to town, who's the best pediatrician? Someone probably comes to mind. Why? Because they've become known for being the best pediatrician. They're known for something. If I were to say, oh man, I really need to do some work inside my house, do you know a handyman who's really good at installing fans? Maybe someone comes to mind. They've been known for one thing. So all we're doing is we're taking the offline aspect and we're bringing it online. When you're speaking to two set of ears, you've got to be able to speak both to the algorithm and the YouTube robots, and you also need to be speaking to people. Now, if Plants of Lucia were to throw out a yoga video, it would be off brand. It wouldn't be in the same niche. But Plants of Lucia can go so deep on all different types of plants. She can be on all different types of products when it comes to plant life. She can talk and interview people. She can review books. She can write books. There's so many ways that she can go, but she's interested and passionate about one thing on YouTube. So what do you do with all the other interests and passions that you have? You enjoy them. You still are a multifaceted creator. I know this about you because you want to be successful on YouTube, meaning that you have a drive to be creative. And so what do I do with hiking and RVing and, all the passions that I have that aren't on YouTube? I just enjoy them. I don't try and make a profit off of everything that I love. I really stay focused on the things that matter on YouTube. I stay focused in the niche I'm talking about on YouTube. And I live the rest of my life creative and inspired and passionate about so many other things. So I'm going to help you if you have multi things that you're passionate about. As we go through these different steps, I want you to really start honing in more and more on the one thing that you want to talk about on YouTube. And if you're getting value out of this video already with tip number 1, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed here on Think Marketing and everywhere that we are, so you see all of our live shows and podcasts that we have available for you to help you grow your business and brand on YouTube. So step number 1 was identify your passions and interests. Step number 2 is identify the problem you solve. Now, you might be someone who wants to be in the entertainment space. This isn't actually who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you if you are in the education space, if you are in the edutainment space, if you are in the information space. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't be entertaining in what you're doing, But the people that went on YouTube, the reason people break out when they start their channel is because they are someone who is solving a problem for someone else. Remember at the beginning when I said you don't necessarily need to be the expert in the thing. You just need to be a friend, one step ahead on the journey who's helping the people who are behind you. You don't have to be the expert. You can be the leader of a community. You can bring people together and do shared interests and help people collaborate. So when you think about what problem do you solve, I want you to be hyper focused on the problem that you solve. And the reason for that is because people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. And if you're here on YouTube and you're building a brand and you're a part of our Think Media community, then again, you know that it's not just about building a YouTube channel. It's about building so much more. It's about what that YouTube channel can provide for you, which is time freedom, financial freedom, ability to be creative when you want, where you want, with the people that matter most to you. And so we want to figure out what is the problem that we solve. Make sure you're taking notes and let me know in the comment section if you're already getting value. But when I think about that, I think about my friend Ben from Keto Camp. You know, he just crossed 100,000 subscribers. It was so cool to be able to celebrate that with him. When I think about Ben, what does he solve? He's not just talking about diet and exercise. The problem he solves is helping people figure out keto. He's helping people figure out, how do I do this lifestyle of keto? What does that even mean? And he can go so deep on things from cell inflammation all the way to the best fruits on keto. He has a huge sandbox to play in when he identifies the problem that he's solving for people. You know, it reminds me of Tiffany, who's a part of our Video Ranking Academy family. Her and her husband, they have a channel called Hammer and Home. Well, what do? They help you figure out how to use the tools. And you might think, well, who needs that? Heather needs that, okay? When Melissa Caputo from the Think Media team and I decided to renovate an RV this summer during lockdown, I had never owned a tool before. So guess whose channel Heather was binge watching so that I could learn how to actually do this? How could I learn to actually use these tools? And what tools were the better one? Is it this brand or is it this brand, right? Well, Tiffany and her husband from Hammer of Home are solving the problem for people who are new to actual home building or new to actually using tools. Also, I think about Chana from Techno Dad. Chana is helping you with your home theater setups. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but when you walk into Best Buy home theater section and you're seeing the TVs and the sound bars and all the wires and all the things, you're like, do I have to put all this together? Well, Chana is helping you decide, do I get this receiver or this receiver? Should I have these cables or those cables? Should I get this 4K TV or this 4K TV? Chana is helping you solve the problem of understanding your home theater craziness. My friend Erica Kohlberg, she is blowing up her channel. She has over 3 million views and climbing like crazy with viral videos. She's helping people with personal finance, but she's coming at it from the side of her background that she has and how she was helping in legal and finance. And so she's bringing topics like about Robinhood and explaining the stimulus checks from her point of view. So what niche are you in? What problem do you solve? And what are you interested and passionate about? Number 3, if you're getting value, make sure you hit that like button. Number 3, you want to research your competition. Now, you might be thinking, but Heather, I want to do my own thing. I've got this really cool idea. No one's doing it. Whenever I hear no one's doing it, red flags pop up everywhere. Why? Because I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. I want you to join in on the conversation that's already happening. You know, there's a book by Seth Godin, it's called Tribes, and it's really about the idea of there's already a market for where you want to go. You just have to tap into them in your own unique way, right? You don't want to be a wandering generality. You want to be a meaningful specific. So that makes me think of my friend Justin. He has a company here in Las Vegas called Total Dogs. Their company is exploding. And this year he decided to start his YouTube channel. Now, he's not at 1 million subscribers yet, but he was wondering, you know, should I even invest in this? Is it even the right thing to do for my business? Am I even going to be able to break through the algorithm and understand, like, are people even interested in dog training online? So what did we do? Well, we just typed in a few search terms on YouTube to discover that, yeah, there's some really successful channels all in the same niche that he's in. So he can join the current conversation. McCain Dogs is actually one of our students, and they're over 500,000 subscribers just on YouTube and not even touching their actual brick and mortar business that they have happening. There's Zach George, who is one of the largest ones outside of Caesar. Everyone knows Caesar Malone, right? Well, Zach George is just a regular guy who started a YouTube channel and started uploading videos. 3 million subscribers. All he does now is make videos on dog training. So yeah, you want to make sure you're researching your competition. And here is what research actually looks like, because let me know if you're anything like me. Sometimes research more so goes down the line of watching all my competitors and comparing myself. Do you do this? You struggle with this? You start to really get excited about a niche you want to be in or a topic you want to talk about. One, you've probably never made a YouTube video before in your life. You don't really know how to do YouTube the right way. And then you're going to go and look at people who are already successful. Ha ha ha. So when we're going in and we're doing research, here's what I want you to be thinking about. Man, if they can do this, I can do it too. If there's people right now that are showing that they can be successful on YouTube, I'm just a step behind them. Maybe go back and see how long they've been creating videos on the platform. When we looked at Zach George, he had been creating videos for 8 years on YouTube. So you kind of have a better perspective of what the journey might feel like. I understand YouTube can feel sensational, right? Everyone wants the viral video. Everyone wants to be Mr. Beast at 50 million subscribers. But the honest truth is, you can have a successful business. You can have a successful YouTube channel and not even make it to 100,000 subscribers. You could be making over 6 figures a year. You could quit your day job. You could start to travel with your family and not even have to make thousands of videos. I hope you're seeing this here, that when you go in and you start studying your competition, that it's not about comparing where you are to where they are. It's about seeing the inspiration and seeing the future and being able to put yourself in their shoes and say, if they can do this, I can do this too. Zach George is just an ordinary guy who picked up a camera. And so I told Justin, you are so many steps ahead. You've been able to be a dog trainer for decades, and now you're just flipping on the camera. And so I hope that when you go into the competition, you want to assess your competition, that you're not comparing yourself. But we want to actually get legitimate data on, is this viable? If you're going to spend your hard-earned time and your hard-earned money investing in something, well, then I want you to be investing in something that's going to have a return on your investment. So when you're thinking about what niche you want to be in, I encourage you to go and study the competition. What can you join? Where can you be another voice in an already producing market? I hope this is bringing you value and you're getting lots of insights and nuggets. We're going to head into question number 4, which is actually going into what I said, defining the profitability of your niche. Well, what does this mean? This means that if you're going to start a YouTube channel and the end goal is that you want that YouTube channel to be something that helps maybe retire you and your spouse, maybe give you the spending money to go on that vacation, maybe help you pay for your groceries or your car payment, like whatever that thing is for you as to why you want to do YouTube, well, let's make sure that it's able to make money. I mean, there's actually not very many niches that don't make money, but I want you to think about what's the profitability of this niche. Remember, if you have a business that's not making money, then it's a very expensive hobby. And so when we go into YouTube, when you start your channel, when you define your niche, we also want to define, well, what are the revenue streams? How can I view this as a business right when I get started? So there's a couple ways that you can do this. When you think about this, you can start with YouTube ads. Did you know that YouTube is the only platform that pays you to be a creator? Now, I understand you could become a TikTok influencer. I understand that they do have other options, but long-lasting residual income coming from actual videos that you've made years before, still paying you on the platform, YouTube is the company that partners with creators. So you could do that through YouTube ads. One of the YouTubers that I follow in the real estate niche just did a video on how he had 75,000 subscribers and made over $55,000 in 1 year. 75,000 subscribers, he made $55,000. He's creating great content that's valuable in the real estate niche, and YouTube ads are paying him a full-time salary in America just from creating content. He actually predicts that with the investment he's made in his YouTube channel, he'll be at $1 million in YouTube ads in just a few years. This is possible, my friend. It's knowing what your revenue streams are from the beginning. There's also affiliate marketing. This is actually the story of Sean Cannell, the CEO of Think Media. He actually went full-time, was able to not have to have any freelance clients. Him and his wife were able to fully live off of YouTube ads and affiliate marketing. There is a giant opportunity for you to not have to create your own products, but to be able to partner with other companies and help sell theirs. And I'll make sure to link in this video and down in the description box below an entire series that we have all about how to get started with affiliate marketing. There's also brand deals. There's so many companies right now that are looking for micro influencers, meaning small channels who have a great impact on the community that they are part of. When I think about myself with my homeschool channel, I was able to secure a brand deal with less than 10,000 subscribers that ended up helping us pay for our homeschool materials. They paid me to create the video and they gave me stuff for free so I could create the video, all because they were a company that wanted to reach the exact audience that I had. So the benefit of being a meaningful specific is that I'm sure there are companies that want to partner exactly with the people that you help. When I think about Erica Kohlberg, she was able to secure a large brand deal with a company with less than 100,000 subscribers that pays her more than she was making at her firm, because she was able to be a meaningful specific. So you have the opportunity of brand deals. There's also physical products. Maybe you're someone who wants to have a cookbook in the cooking niche, or maybe like my friend Jordan, who does charcuterie boards. She could be actually making boards and selling those from her YouTube channel. There's so many options for physical products when it comes to YouTube. There's also digital products. That's actually the way that Think Media was able to break into the multiple 7 figures, not just from YouTube, but because we actually created an entire educational company behind our YouTube channel that helps creators just like you go deeper and understand how to do YouTube right. A great example of this is an up-and-coming creator named Cami. Now, Cami started the Plant-Based Kitchen with her husband, Tony, and they started this channel, and she's at 2,000 subscribers right now. But Cami has already broken through to be able to do affiliate marketing. So she just did vegan kitchen essentials, right? She's talking about all of the products that she loves and uses in her kitchen, linking to those down below. So she's got affiliate marketing happening. She has YouTube ads happening now because she's able to be at the level to partner with YouTube, right? She has over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And then on top of that, they were at the local farmers market where they love to shop for organic olive oils. They were talking to the person who owns this olive oil company, and they secured a brand deal and affiliate marketing with the oil company because she is using those oils in her videos. Are you seeing the possibility of where this goes? Now, Cami and Tony aren't making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's not sensationalized with where it is right now, but can you see the seed? Can you see what they can harvest in the future? Can you see that this is proven concept? That when you get niched and you get focused and you put your energy into one thing, that the possibilities are endless. So I want you to be thinking about, how can this niche be profitable? What are my angles to be able to do this? And how can I be able to make money off of my channel? And then lastly, number 5 is you want to test your idea. I know you're probably like, where's the golden nugget, Heather? Well, here's the golden nugget, my friend. You need to actually start doing the thing. I know it's scary. I know picking one thing can feel so restricting as a creator. I know that there's a lot of things that you want to try and you see what other people are doing. But my friend, if you've gone through those first 4 steps, if you've made it that far and committed to what your niche is, then it's time to start testing your idea. And it's not testing your idea with just one video or 5 videos or 10 videos. Testing your idea is saying, no, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to uploading a video a week for a year. I'm committed to learning how to do YouTube right. I'm committed to actually investing my time, investing my money, investing myself, my mind, and my focus into making this thing work. Because you know what's on the other side of your testing, of your practicing in public, of you failing forward? Success. It doesn't happen if you try and do it sitting and thinking. It only happens with momentum. That's where success happens. And Sean always says, you can't actually steer a parked car. Well, how will I know it works? You can't steer a parked car. Well, what if it doesn't work? My friend, you have to actually start driving the car. You have to get past the sucky part. You have to make 5 videos and be excited that you did it. You have to put in the work to build a content library. It doesn't happen overnight, but I can tell you from seeing this successful thing happen over and over with creators just like you, who have been committed to getting in the driver's seat, who have been committed to grabbing the steering wheel, putting the key in the ignition, starting the car, and just slowly moving. Not pressing the gas pedal and saying, I'm all in, because what happens? You crash. No. You got to put your blinker on. You got to look behind you. You got to slowly push the gas pedal down. And that's all I'm asking you to do. If you want to figure out how to choose your niche on YouTube, go through these 5 steps and then stay committed. And if you've loved this training so far, we actually have a free 1-hour class over at thinkmasterclass.com. If you want to go deeper on learning how to do YouTube right, where we share one of our case studies on how we were able to make money off of one video where you can do the same exact thing, then you want to go to thinkmasterclass.com for this free class.